G'day mate and welcome back to Captain Industry with me, JD. In our last episode we got our fast breeding reactor up and running, which means today I need to look at our uranium. I need to look at how we're making fuel rods for our existing reactors and also how we're going to keep making fuel for the brand new reactor. Same time I need to clear a little bit of space so we can build some more copper so we can finally get our electronics under control, but I can't do any of that until I ask, can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like in the video. Not happy with the video, didn't enjoy the video. Oh well, obviously I have a whole pile of uranium, that being depleted uranium, and I'm going to feed it to you. All right, first thing I need to do is I need to look at, well, this area here. This area here is where I'd like to put in another reactor, and currently I am dumping dirt over here still. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this particular tower that is dumping dirt over there. Nope, other tower. Can I go back to towers? This tower is dumping dirt over there. I am going to have all the dirt get dumped right here, please. Thank you very much. And that should hopefully fill that area in. At the same time, there is one tower in charge of dumping into this area. Is it? Not you. It's you. Cool. I'm going to allow them to also dump dirt as well. So if any of the diggy boys over here pick up rock and dirt, only rock and dirt, they can, rather than dumping it into the sorter, they can drop it straight over here into the sea. Same applies for titanium. You're linked to, not that tower, you're linked to limestone, iron, copper, titanium, and, well, that far tower over there that doesn't have any digging crews, so it's not going to be doing anything. All right, so that's the first thing I want to do. Second thing I want to do is I want to move all of this infrastructure over the other side of the map. We're only running 3 reactors here right now, and that's perfectly fine. I can deconstruct the other reactor, but I really like to have these fuel rods head back towards this reactor and have them used up rather than sitting on a belt. But on top of that, I don't need any of this here. We can move at least fuel rods and also collect our spent fuel very, very easily from over here. We do have you finishing off. No, you've all finished up all the plutonium, so that means I can get rid of you, you, and you. Cool, I can clear off that little bit of space. All right, we do have you having a couple of MOX rods left and you having an awful lot of MOX rods left. Once they're processed through and put into here, we should be fine. I do have one truck sent to empty the storage rather than fill the other storage, because I thought that was a better way of doing things. So we have one lucky truck that all their job is to move the slightly radioactive spent MOX across the map. Now, of course, that is leading to a small problem with radiation, but it's mostly a mitigated problem, and I'm going to mitigate the problem even further by upgrading another house. That gives me a little bit more slush in the amount of people I have available to not make it to the next day. Yeah, so over here, what I want to do is I want to grab my nuclear blueprint. So we're going to go for nuclear rods. I need to have nuclear rods, obviously. So can I put this here? Can I also at the same time put in a MOX rod build that we're going to put right beside this, like so? And then finally, can I put in the extension? The extension allows me to produce enough fuel to run 4 reactors at full speed. Now, obviously, I don't need this chemical plant here converting the plutonium into MOX rods, because we're not going to be using that one. We're going to be using this one instead to convert the plutonium into more core fuel. I do have a problem that we have enough core fuel in the pipe currently, which also means that these guys are now buffering up core fuel. So we have some core fuel in the buffer. We're going to have some core fuel in this pipe. There's an awful lot of pipe there that we can buffer an awful lot in, but I want to get this built. Now, this is going to have its own supply of molten glass. It also is going to output depleted uranium. Depleted uranium ends up going over here, and there are going to be some parts of this that I can merge together with the other nuclear infrastructure I have on the right. Okay, can I put you there? So you have molten glass that comes through under here, and I can't get under those pipes. Can I pop a hole through here and bring out the molten glass? Yes. Okay, that sounds like a deal number 1. Okay, can we remove this? Can I remove all of that? And can I pop a hole right here? Okay, so can I remove this, please? And can I get the molten channel to come out through here and up this way? Now, I am going to need to make sure that we have the ability for trucks to get in and out of this area. So can I have a vehicle ramp? Can we just start with a small ramp? Can I put a small ramp right there? And then can I pick up everything? Yeah, ramp included. And spread you out just a little bit. Can I bring you down as well? Okay, hopefully that means I can put my ramp in. I can. Can I put this in here? And can I bring you over to here? Cool. All right, so can I get that done? Can I also reconnect this pipe? Because it's a pretty important pipe, because that's making me more core fuel. Okay, can I get that built? Can I get that built? Can I get that built and that built? And that part built as well. All right. As for this, we have uranium ore coming in here and uranium ore coming in here. Obviously, I prefer it if it was one continuous belt and one continuous bucket, rather. I mean, yep. Two. Can I get you, please? Can you go R, please, and into here instead? Cool. Can I remove that? And we need to have water in here. We need to have uranium in here, and we have a sand station here. The sand station here doesn't no longer obviously picks up sand, but it could instead unload uranium ore. So this is a great way for me to start bringing across uranium rather than it being dropped off on the other side of the map. So can we, or dropped off to the town. So we're just going to move all our nuclear build to somewhere a little bit different. Can I close that, please? And can I go to here? You're going to be uranium unload, and you're going to be uranium unload weight. Cool. All right. So that should be all I have to do. I obviously need to plug in a whole bunch of belts and stuff, and I also need to eventually move. Well, I need to remove you. I need to remove you. I need to remove this part. Yep. Can I have you flipped? Yep. And you're the depleted uranium. So depleted uranium is going to end up coming down to here. Also, I need to have yellow cake. So yellow cake is something that we make in each one of the enrichment plants. And normally that's going over here to turn into, no, yellow cake is used by all the enrichment plants, and normally it gets turned into our enriched uranium. What I want to do is I want to make sure I have an overflow. So this is flowing to the left. This is flowing to the left as well. And at this point, I want to put in a bucket because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be able to produce enough yellow cake for... I'm going to be able to produce too much yellow cake for the amount of fuel rods I have. So what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to store that, and then I pretty much want to get everything just built as is, and then we can iron out anything I need to iron out afterwards. You're outputting blue. Blue can go straight to there. Okay, can I remove this? Can I also remove that belt, that, and those? You're outputting the fission products. So the fission products I already have in storage right here. So can you go to height 5, please? And then plug into that belt. Left, right, I don't really mind. Do I want to lift? No, I don't really want to lift. That'll do. Cool. All right. Can I... Oh, that didn't... It didn't connect. Okay. Can I have that connect and then go up? Cool. All right. So can we get this built? Now, actually, I'm not going to build it with Unity, but if I drag Unity across, we can see this is 2.5 tier 3 construction parts and only 1.9 tier 4 construction parts. So this is something I can actually afford to build. Also, it means that when we get rid of the existing infrastructure, I'm going to free up, well, most of these construction parts back. Now, acid. Acid, you're making 36, you're making 72, you're making 36 as well. Can I combine all the acid into a single pipe? Can I get rid of you, and you, and you, and you? This is the acid. This is the acid here. Can I get this connected into that? And can I get you resumed? And can I upgrade you to the next tier? And that should produce enough acid for me. Also means I don't need sulfur over here. I do need to have brine for these guys. So we need to have a total of, let's call it 60 brines. So can I have one of these, two of these? So can we put you, it won't really matter where. I do need to have seawater pumps. So can we have a pump and a pump? Can you do a lot of brine? And can I have one of these downgraded to the basic one? And can you do less brine? So that's about 60 brine. That's how much I roughly need. Can I put you there? Can I put you there? Can I have both of you built? And the brine needs to come into this guy and into this guy. And I also need to double check. And this is one of the great things about my blueprints. When I find the damn thing, you need to have. I don't have the inputs and outputs marked. Okay. So you're priority out, and you're a water remove. So this is going to be water positive. Okay. So I'm going to be making a little bit of extra clean water out of this. That I'll have to do something with. But it also means that, can I have this water pipe come and merge over to this pipe over here? So can you go pipe 2, please, over the top of the acid, come through to here, and then that acid pipe pops over the water. So we're just going to stay at height 2 and then drop down to height 1, and sure, we can go over the top and plug in like that. That works for me. So can I get that water built? And that means this water gets dumped over to here, goes into the balancer, gets sent out. Well, goes in the balancer, goes in the tank, gets sent out to these two first, and then the excess comes out here, and we'll have to work out what we're going to do with that. The brine, I want to only have one spot I'm putting in brine, so I also need a brine pipe. Can I get you to connect? Can we have you height 3 go on top of the existing water pipe, and it's over there. Okay, so can I go up to height 4 and then come and connect in there? Cool. All right, so I don't need a brine tank, I need a brine pipe. The brine pipes are over here, and I have a 60 pipes worth. Okay, so we need you to come out, we need you to go into there, and then can I have this? Can you please connect? Oh no, I have R mode on. Okay, you go to there, you go to there. Can I remove that piece? Can I have you come out? Can I have you go to height 5? And that way vehicles can get underneath, including big dump trucks, because we're going to have big dump trucks bringing over materials, also taking away materials. That didn't connect. Of course it didn't. Can I have you just stay there for a second? Okay, can I have this part removed? And then can I have you go with flat one tile and then over? Because that means I can have this come in and connect in there. Okay, so let's have my brine done. Flip. Can I have both those be built as well? This has already been marked to be built. Slag is another one, and it's filter medium. So filter medium, again, I'd like to have one built if I could. Can I put you this way? And also rock. I have 2 rock imports and 2 slag exports. Okay, so slag is here and here. Okay. Can I cancel that one? Cancel that one. Can I take the slag from here, which is 60 plus... no, it's you. 60 plus 3. So it's technically a T3 belt. T2 belt, rather. Can I bring that out and on top of this belt? I'm going to run it over the uranium. And can I remove you for 2 seconds? Can I remove you for 2 seconds? Can I remove you? And I have a bigger bucket. Can I move you out of the way? F mode off, please. R mode off. Cool. Can I get you removed? Can I put a big bucket here for slag? Okay. No, I'm going to want you going this way, probably. Okay, so you are going to come into height number 1 through to here and then down. Okay, so that means this can come... Really? Okay, you get to come to here. Then you get to come down, and I used to get one more tile. Okay, You get to go there. All right. Can I have this slag also join that slag? All right. So that's slag done. Can I... And that's uranium being delivered. Excellent. Unfortunately, it's being trucked across the map, but it is what it is for right now. Okay. Rock and filter medium. So same story. I would like to have a little bucket filter medium is fine. Can I put that in here? Can I plug this part in? That's Mark II belt. That seems a little bit excessive. Okay, can I get that downgraded and that downgraded and that part downgraded? And can I bring this out up height 2 and run this to right where this bucket normally lives and into there. You are a high, you're a priority, a level 1 belt. That's fine, and that leaves rock. Okay. Can I have that bucket built? And rock, we're delivering 12 and 12, so 24. Okay. Can I put the rock bucket actually over here? Yes. Okay. Can I have a tier 1 belt? Okay, you definitely don't need to be tier 2. And you're going to have to be shorter anyway. Okay, can I get that much removed? Can I get a belt from here? The pipe's in the way. Okay, can we remove the pipe from there to there? That's what happens when you modify things. You need to have the right tier of belt, but you need to modify things a few times so you get things running in the order you need them to. Okay, so can I have you come to here, to there, and then I want you to run into this, which you can't merge to because that sticks up too much. Can I get that removed? Can we have you go from here to here? And with that now done, I can bring this down to ground level and plug that in there. Cool. All right, so that's our stone done. That's our filter medium done. Our excess water we still need to do something with. At the end of the day, I can just dump it to sea right here. And it's just a matter of getting everything built. I do have 520 uni, so that's 200. Done. Oh, and this. 5 uni. Cool. Done. All right. I do need to have some water to get delivered to start off this process. Also need to have the sulfur delivered to start this process up. You guys have made some crushed uranium and... Oh. Come on. I've clicked like a lot. Flip. Okay. 1 piece of belt. Thank you. All right. And okay, so you've made crushed uranium, but I don't have any acid yet to get this process started. And on this side, you also have uranium, but we haven't had any acid yet. Plus, I don't have any rock yet. So the rock needs to be delivered and the water needs to be delivered. That's coming and that's not coming. Where do we have free water? Probably nowhere, considering the amount of crops we're losing. Also, I want to limit this chest to 500. I don't want any more uranium rods in here over 500. 500 should be heaps. And I also need to plug in the uranium ore and have it delivered here instead. So this should be all I need. I just need to have the water and the acid. Water, we're going to have to find a water tank. I don't really have any water tanks. But I can just grab some water from. Actually, we have this one. Which does allow trucks to pick up stuff from it. So can I come back to this? Can I change to a priority like 1? There we go. All right. So we just need to adjust the priorities. All right. With all that done, you have brine. You don't have brine. It says not connected because I didn't reconnect this part. Okay. Can I have that reconnected? Thank you. And that means we have brine. We have the filter mediums just been delivered. So you guys should have brine in half a second. It's flowing, it's flowing, it's flowing. And then when you guys process your first amounts of toxic slurry, that'll then make this a positive water loop. So that should be it up and running. All right, next thing I want to do is I want to get the station active. So can I unpause all of this and this? I need to make sure you're not assigned to a train. Good. And I also need to organize unloading. Now, this case, I don't need super fast unloading because we don't go through uranium terribly fast. Also, I don't know how much storage you're going to be able to have on site. So, can I get tier 2 belts? Yeah, tier 2 belts should be fine. Can I go from here to there? And then can I join that one as well? Then can I go from here to here? Have you merged in there? Can I go from this one to that one? This one to that one, that one to that one, that one to that one, and that to there. Okay, so that's me using 4 ins, and then I can use 1 out. We're going to bring this up to tier 5, okay, tier 4, and go under the diesel pipe that we're no longer using, up to tier 5, height 5, over that building. And I think my best bet is to follow the pipes. We'll have to jump over that one, and then I definitely didn't leave enough room to get anything else underneath this bridge. Okay, can we come to here, 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 and aim you that way? Can I remove that part? Can I get a U-shaped lift and pop that in there? And then we can bring this under, and uranium storage is over there. So can I come around the corner up to height 1, over, okay, no, can I go to height 2? Yeah, height 2 at least means little trucks can get through. Not that I think they need to get through, but never hurts. And I go to height 2 anyway to get over this belt, and then I can bring this in here. So then you shouldn't need to have deliveries anymore. Can I have that built the old-fashioned way and that built the old-fashioned way? All right. So with that done, and I'm going to uni-build that part at least. That, and that. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take my trains, my uranium ore trains schedule. I want them, so they're going out to uranium ore wait to load up with resources. Then they're going to load up uranium ore, which it seems they have a decent amount of, and then they're going to go to uranium ore unload. I am short workers, probably because of excessive radiation. Yes, and I actually only have room for 50 odd people. Can I have you upgraded as well? And can we remove the population loss by forcing them to have more babies? Yeah, that'll solve the radiation issue. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to have the station, well, the train, to not go there anymore. I want to add a station to the group, this station. I want to say empty product, uranium ore. And then before that station, I want to have this station. And no, I want that back. I want to put this in beforehand. And then I want to remove the original station. So this says I can have 5 at the waiting station. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then at the actual station itself, this says 6. We're going to remove that. It's going to be a train limiter of 1. Yeah, okay. So that means we're no longer dropping uranium on the other side of the map. It's all going to come here instead. And do I need to have more population growth? Oh, I don't have the uni. No? Housing is full. I disagree. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. Yep. Have a higher birth rate to overcome the radiation loss. Okay. You are half full, and where is the one we're emptying? You are still plenty full. Okay, you're out of mox rods. You have 1 mox rod left, so as soon as that one's burnt up, that solves that problem. Also means that I'm not going to have trains dropping off uranium here anymore. So if we click on this station, we can see arrival 0. That's good, because I'm going to turn off... why do you say no workers? Not enough workers 3, and yet I have 127 workers. Okay, sure game. Now if I unpause them? Yeah, now I have plenty of workers. Okay. Can I turn off that, and that station outright? Okay, so this station is now retired. I still haven't got the titanium station working. I don't need it working yet. At the moment we're delivering titanium very, very locally. Also means But I can remove this, and I can remove this, and no, we're going to keep that pipe for the moment. And I'm going to have a problem because the only way they get fuel is by coming over here. Okay, so I'm going to have to go to this one. I'm going to have to add a stop, being unpause, and I'm going to unpause this one as well. So I need to add a stop this, and I need to say, only come here if you need fuel. And you need to have no limit. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. Okay, so I don't need this belt anymore. You still have some uranium ore that you're disposing of. I also don't need this little build here anymore. This is now done. Don't care about the acid in the pipe. So can we remove you. Remove that, and that. Cool. I have plenty of yellow cake here, which is good. I probably should bucket up some of that and transport across, but at the moment the fast breeding reactor setup is rather than making extra blanket fuel from yellow cake, we're still using depleted uranium, and as you can see, the pipes are actually full. Can I upgrade the pipe? Yes, please. Can I upgrade the pipe? Yes, please. Can I upgrade the pipe? Yes, please. Can I upgrade this pipe as well? Yes, please. And then can I upgrade... Oh, that is a very long pipe. Yeah, okay, so that'll significantly increase the amount of storage I have, and we are slowly filling in this corner. Okay, so with me now making uranium rods over here. Okay, I need more sulfur delivered. Water's now fine. You're now water positive. So in theory, something's going to take the water out of that eventually. That's 144 acid into a tier 2 pipe, which should get through to here without a problem. And then we're going to use Blessel 12, 12, and 6. And you don't have any spent fuel because none's over here. I don't want you to import, actually. No, we're going to have enough problems with importing spent fuel. Oh, importing fuel of all sorts. And you don't need this belt anymore. And I probably shouldn't have built you because you are going to have... sure, we can come to height 4. And you just ran off with my depleted uranium. Please don't do that. I want to move all that stuff to belts. And then can you come to here? And then can I have a flat lift? Yeah. Can I get that built? So rather than us storing plutonium in there, we're going to move it directly to this guy and store it in his storage. And what are we waiting on? We're not waiting on anything. Oh, we're waiting on steel. Why is steel? Oh, steel. It just needs to be a higher priority. I think that's my issue. I just need... I have the trucks being very, very busy. I'm keeping them fully active at all times. We do have enriched 4% here, ready to go. Spent fuel, I'm not worried about. You're still burning through the mock fuel to make more blanket fuel. The blanket fuel pipe has been upgraded, which now holds an awful lot more than it did previously, which means all of this should flow forward, hopefully. Oh, it's full. We might even upgrade that again. And this is still being filled in very, very slowly. Okay, so reactor's still running. Reactor's still being good. Reactor's still being happy. I don't have a buildup of depleted, enriched blanket fuel yet, and steel's now being delivered. Excellent. I want to belt you to there. So can I take this bridge? Can I move it over a tile? And thank you. And then can I take this and I want to bring it to here. I also need to bring over the yellow cake, so I'm going to end up needing a bigger bridge no matter what. Yeah, I sort of wish I put more tiles in between. Okay, can we get bridges? Can we get a big bridge? Can I put a big bridge there? Can I get you upgraded? And then can we go to this? Okay, I want to have the uranium come out. It's going to come to, say, here. Pop around to here. no, I want to move the bridge again. Yeah. Can I have the bridge be put here? Cool. All right. So what I want to do is I want to bring it above the molten at height 1. So we should be able to bring this through to here and then plug this into there. Cool. You've now been moved, so I can now do here to here. Excellent. Okay, so that's the depleted uranium moved across via the magic of the belts rather than the magic of trucks. You have steel. That means we can start making uranium rods. You on this side. Okay, so we're no longer importing uranium. This has been turned off. This has been turned off to save me a bunch of uni. We do have stored products in both of them that will get picked up by the boat. And the train's no longer bringing in uranium either. So it does mean that this very long belt can go away. And it does mean that I'm going to want to get all this depleted uranium moved across as we burn through it. And I need to make sure this belt is flipped. Yes. Can I come to here? Can I get you flipped? You flipped? You... Nope. You are running the right way. Okay. I want to empty what uranium we have. I want to process it here rather than destroying what we have here and then moving the uranium across. The new train's going to drop off, or train's going to drop off uranium at the new location. So here, arrival condition not met. Arrivals 1. You picked a different train to arrive. Okay, that doesn't actually help. Uranium or unload. Okay, so now you're going to unload. Perfect. And that gives me localized uranium that's going to come and get delivered into the bucket so the trucks don't have to transport stuff across anymore. I am going to leave this request in here just in case we have a shortage of trains or something. I don't mind if a truck drives across the map. I prefer it if it didn't, but I also prefer not to have a shortage. Slag. Slag needs to be emptied, please. That's going to be really important. I have a feeling that they can put slag in here. Slag is going to this bucket, which now you guys are saying you can't reach. Awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of supports and other infrastructure under there. Okay, can I have a big truck, please? You. In, please. Oh, yeah, that's a nightmare. Okay, can I remove that support? Okay, and can I remove that support? We're just going to pretend it's hanging, rather than being supported from the ground, it's just hanging from the bridge above. Cool. Can I try putting a pillar here? No, I can't remove that pillar. Can I put a pillar here and then remove that pillar? Okay. This pillar. Can I put a pillar here and move that one? Okay, that's a clear path in. Alright, so they can now get there. They can now drop off the slag here, which is great because that goes into our docks and then it's turned to fertilizer to feed all the farms, which do have a water problem, which we're going to have to probably see about in the next episode. Alright, you have fuel rods and they're going to be processed fairly quickly. We have enough infrastructure here to make enough fuel to feed 4 normal reactors, and I only have 3 currently running. And you still have Mox fuel in you. Okay. And of the 3 reactors are running, I'm pretty sure I can actually shut down another one of them. But as soon as this is empty, yeah, I have a notification set up. So as soon as this is empty, we can come through and deconstruct all of this. I would like to hook up the base acid to this, but it's a little bit far away at the moment, especially if this area still needs to be filled in. But the filling in is going slowly. It's not going at a great speed. I'd like it to hurry up. But next episode, I definitely think I need to look into our water problem. With a certain amount of farms running out of water, that's probably a problem. Also, low supply of potatoes is not a great problem to have either. Can I just throw taters in there? And can I throw taters in there as well? Yeah, I need to definitely sort out the water problem. I need to make sure that these tanks stay full at all times to make sure we have enough water to feed the farms when we come into a sunny spell. Also, I still need to get across to this gold before we run out. 27,000 is an awful lot, but it's maybe not enough. And you guys are paused. Okay, unpause you and unpause you if I need more water. And you have the alert to say that you're empty, but you're not actually empty. Our next water's here, which should be empty. It is. And our next water supply is here, which you can always see is empty. We can also see the farms are out of water. And you're empty. And where else? Water there is empty. And there isn't water on this side of the island. Nope. And we've already tapped that one. Yep, so we've tapped all the water on the island except for this little patch here. But I'm not quite there yet. But with all that said and done, yeah, water will be in the next episode. Also means hopefully I can recover a whole lot of construction parts from here, which will be good because I'm going to need a whole lot of construction parts 4 to build the next fast burning reactor and some construction parts 3. Also, we're probably at the, well, also if I can get this stuff out of the way, I have room to build more copper, which is also going to be probably pretty important going forth. But with all that said and done, I'm going to leave this episode here. We now have uranium now set up over here, and that should be enough that we should be able to keep things running. Do we have a problem again? You're going to there, and then you're not going to there. Okay. Do you have a train limit of 1? So if I have a train limit of unlimited, that should solve that problem. Yeah. And you guys are going back to town to get fuel, which is not ideal either. That's something else we're going to have to address. But they're all going to have to wait for future episodes. And also, eventually, I should end up with some yellow cake in here. I have 1. That also needs to be probably belted over here. Eventually. At the moment, we're not really using it, so it doesn't really matter. But I do want to have it belted over there eventually. And you guys are not making any extra core fuel at the moment because the enriched blanket fuel is going down there. Cool. All right, well, with all that said and done, I'm going to close the video here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the very next video. All right, bye.